back here through Carpenter, and Dunbar are going to make contact. Caution flag going to come out.
We will go green this time by. So Craig Stykes, Ronnie Bryant on the front row, Justin Maxwell, Scott Wilson, row 2, Jeremy Bowens, Don Cox rounding out your field. They'll fire right there at the Pepsi restart zone. And we'll see if that one holds as Stykes drifted up the track. Ronnie Bryant goes to the lead. So it's Ronnie Bryant going to lead lap 1. Craig Stykes runs second. A three-way battle for third on back with Maxwell, Wilson, and Bowens. Ronnie Bryant runs up front in this one. Took a 30-year break between races here at Lake Cumberland Speedway. He's been back with us now for about 3 years. Ronnie Bryant continues to lead it as the laps creep up. Lap 3 we'll see halfway next time by as Ronnie Bryant a 1.602 second lead over the second running Craig Stykes. Stykes didn't have the best start in the world. Now he's got the wall over in 3. That allows Justin Maxwell to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Move Maxwell to second. And it'll be Stykes right back around Maxwell. It's a 2.4 second lead now for the number 1 of Ronnie Bryant out of Somerset, Kentucky. 2 to go this time by. Ronnie Bryant on cruise control out front in your Row Arkansas Transport Open Wheel Modified Heat Race number 1. You see you see the left rear really lighting up on that Don Cox 41 machine. White flag in the air. The left rear of the Don Cox 41, the right rear both just red hot. You see the glow out from underneath that race car. And checker flag in the air. Ronnie Bryant going to take the win. Second will go to the 29 of Craig Stykes. Then it'll be Justin Maxwell, Scott Wilson, and Don Cox. Coming straight to green here for your open wheel modifieds. Grassroots Hobby Stocks to staging. Uptergraph going to bring them to the green. Here comes the 66 of Adam Wright. Down the backstretch, going to use that horsepower to go to the lead. Uptergraph rides the bottom, not going to be able to do anything about it. Lap 1 will be Adam Wright. Then it's going to be Billy Uptergraph, Dustin Cordier, Richie Overholzer, Tim Patrick, and Sarah Patrick. And Overholzer trying to get that car straightened out. And now the 10X going to slide off of turn number 4. New leader, Billy Uptergraph in the 10X. Adam Wright back to second. And caution is out on the speedway. Caution is out. So we do have 2 laps in as everybody crossed under the flag stand except for the 13 of Sarah Patrick. So it will be Billy Uptergraph, your leader. Adam Wright runs second. Dustin Cordier, Richie Overholzer, Tim Patrick, and Sarah Patrick.
Coming to green.
Lumber King, Grassroots Hobby Stocks up next. Billy Updegraff going to bring him to the Pepsi restart zone. And contact between the 1 of Cordier and the 66 of Wright. As they go into 3 and 4 now, Richie Overholser onto the bottom of the racetrack. He will get around the 66. The 66 has gone 2 spots back since the drop of the green on this restart. So move Dustin Cordier up to second. Richie Overholser to third. Adam Wright back to fourth. And then it'll be Tim Patrick and Sarah Patrick. And trouble for the 88, Richie Overholser. Some smoke out of the bottom of that race car. Drops to the bottom of the racetrack. And it looks like his race is going to be over. Caution is going to come out. Caution out for the 88 of Richie Overholser. We are halfway. 4 in, 4 to go as Richie Overholser brings out the caution. And it looks like we're going to need a push for the 88. The 88 of Richie Overholser has come to a stop. Coming back to green this time by, it will be Billy Updegraff. So we'll see 5 in the books this time by Updegraff. Cordier, Wright will be back up to third after Overholser breaks. And then it's Tim Patrick, Sarah Patrick. Father-daughter duo there. Six in. We'll see the white flag next time by. 2 more times around here for Billy Updegraff out of Glasgow, Kentucky. Missed the white flag there. Checker flag in the air. Checkers in the air. Billy Updegraff going to take the win. Dustin Cordier goes second. Adam Wright goes third. Tim Patrick, Sarah Patrick. So third will go to Adam Wright. Second to Dustin Cordier. And the winner of your Roe Arkansas Transport Open Wheel Modified Heat Race number 2 out of Glasgow, Kentucky. And that's it. That is Billy Updegraff. Lumber King Grassroots Hobby Stocks. We're going to be running 6 laps. Randy Hacker out of Oneida, Tennessee on the pole in that number 19. Ben Petrie in the 32 out of Corbin. Then it's going to be Ross Burnett out of Somerset in the 122. Brandon Hutton out of Corbin in the 216. And Chris Privet out of Burnside in the 47. 6 laps. Hacker going to lead lap 1. Ben Petrie runs second. Then it'll be the 122 of Ross Burnett, the 216 of Brandon Hutton, the 47 of Chris Privet. As we have 1 lap in, 6 laps here. We have Heat 2 coming up. And we need caution on the track. Caution on the track. Chris Privet just hit the wall a ton on that backstretch. We're going to need a wrecker to the backstretch. We're going to go ahead and stop the cars on the front stretch as Chris Privet hit that wall a ton. Hacker leads it. Going to bring him back to the Pepsi restart zone. Hacker continues to lead it as we're 2 laps in now. Ben Petrie runs second. The 122 of Ross Burnett. Halfway, we'll see the white flag next time by. 4 in, 2 to go. White flag next time by for Randy Hacker as the 32 of Ben Petrie trying to chase him down. Ross Burnett and Brandon Hutton, they're running about the same distance apart, about 2 lengths to 3-car lengths between all of them. White flag out. Now we'll see the checker flag next time by. Randy Hacker going to bring it off of turn number 4. Your Lumber King Grassroots Hobby Stocks Heat Race number 1 goes to Randy Hacker, second to Ben Petrie. Then it'll be Ross Burnett and the 216 of Brandon Hutton. Third goes to Ross Burnett. Second goes to Ben Petrie. And the winner of your Lumber King Grassroots Hobby Stocks Heat Race number 1 out of Oneida, Tennessee, car number 19 of Randy Hacker. Lumber King Grassroots Hobby Stocks Heat Race number 2. Stacy Decker on the pole out of Eubank, Kentucky in that T22. Adrian Smith in the 4, your defending track champion out of Albany, Kentucky on the outside of row 1. Then it's going to be the 14R of Ryland Duncan and the 05 of Gary Anderson. And scheduled to go on the tail, not going to make it, is Bo Gillian, the 61. So 6 laps here, 4 cars. Stacy Decker and Adrian Smith going to bring them to the green. Smith got by Decker on the start. Decker trying to fight back now on the bottom. Gary Anderson trying to keep pace there too. That car pushed really, really bad for Anderson out of Boonville, Kentucky. They're coming out of 3. Now he's going to get it wound back up again as it is Adrian Smith leading this one. Stacy Decker runs second. Gary Anderson and Ryland Duncan. Three laps, halfway in, 3 to go for Adrian Smith. Stacy Decker right there in his tire tracks now. Decker to the bottom, side by side as they go into 3 and 4. Not going to be able to make it work though. Or will he as they come off of 4, white flag in the air. It's an 8 100ths difference between Decker and Adrian Smith. Down the backstretch, does Decker have one more shot? And it will be the 4 of Adrian Smith taking the win. Adrian Smith going to take the win. Stacy Decker goes second. Gary Anderson and Ryland Duncan round out your field. So third will go to Gary Anderson, second to Stacy Decker, and the winner of your Lumber King Grassroots Hobby Stocks Heat Race number 2 out of Albany, Kentucky, and that number 4, that is Adrian Smith. Going to come straight to green here as we do have 7 cars. We're going to go 6 laps. This will set up the inside row of tonight's feature. We have heat race number 2 coming your way next. Crown Vics, we need you to be getting ready. Crown Vics, get ready. You're on deck. Dustin Duncan out of Robbins, Tennessee. Countless wins here at Lake Cumberland Speedway. Wins just about every racetrack he visits. Eric Parton, defending track champion. Several feature wins at tracks himself. As the green flag waves, we are racing. Duncan grabs the lead down the backstretch. Parton trying to get it wound up. Here he comes as he's got that car up to speed. Jacob Gibson runs third. Then it's going to be Austin Leach, Mac Duncan, Paxton Cox, and Jonathan Upchurch, your field. Duncan will lead lap 2. It's a 1.3 second advantage for the 21, the young man out of Robbins, Tennessee. Duncan continues to lead it as we're halfway. It is now a 1.7 second lead as the lead continues to build each lap. Now a 2.2 second lead over Eric Parton. He and Jacob Gibson right there running nose to tail. Austin Leach not far behind, but we'll see the white flag this time by for Dustin Duncan, that number 21. Inside of row number 2 will be the 117 of Rick Beals alongside the 33 of Eric Bryant. Row 3 will be the 11 of Marty Gilly and the 16 of Megan Wolkin. 6 laps. This will set up the outside row for tonight's feature event. Rolling with a good start there to the lead. And then it's going to be Austin Kawasaki side by side down the backstretch with Rick Beals and Eric Bryant. But up front, it is the 78 of Jim Rowland. Rowland leads it. Kawasaki runs second. Bryant and Beals still running side by side there for that 3rd and 4th spot. Marty Gilly runs 5th, and then Megan Wolkin. Jim Rowland 3 laps in, halfway home. 3 in, 3 to go. Oh, looks like trouble for Austin Kawasaki coming into turn 1. Going to try to get that car off the racetrack, and we'll see if he's able to. He's got it to the bottom of the track. Jim Rowland 4 in now. He'll see the white flag next time by. Rick Beals has gotten around the 33 of Eric Bryant and Marty Gilly right there behind them. But we'll see the white flag coming up as Kawasaki going to be able to limp that car to the pits. White flag in the air, and now Rowland will break. Jim Rowland going to break, and so did the 117. Oh, caution is out. They've thrown the caution now as Rowland broke. It looked like the 117 broke as well, but the 78 of Jim Rowland going to need a push down here in turn 1. That car, just as he came to the flag stand to take the white flag, the car broke. Real quick, parents, before we go back to green, if we catch your kid in the bathroom throwing toilet paper in the toilet, we're going to kick your kid out and you can pick them up on your way home. Not really. Would you please ask your kids not to throw toilet paper in the toilet? They've thrown full rolls in the toilet. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Rick Beals leads the 33 of Eric Bryant and Marty Gilley. He'll come off of 4. And your Reno's Roadhouse front wheel drive mini stock heat race number 2 going to go to the 117 of Rick Beals, second to Eric Bryant, third to Marty Gilley. I'm going to move on into our A&A Motors Crown Vics. 2 heats coming your way. All right, we're going to turn them loose, and we're going to see the green flag this time by 6 laps. This will set up the inside row for tonight's feature event. Heat number 2 will set up the outside row. It's Michael Cranmer and Tim Littrell on the pole. Green flag out. Cranmer out to the early lead and hold on to it, Lee Cook. Cook going to hold on to it. And Cook going to hold on to it again. So it's going to be Cranmer, Tim Littrell, Lee Cook, Jeff Roberts, Rodney Keaton, Joey Stringer, Brandon Cranmer, and Addison Smith rounding out your field. Two laps in, and it will be the 15 of Michael Cranmer. Halfway home, 3 and 3 to go as it continues to be Michael Cranmer. Tim Littrell runs second. Lee Cook runs third. Those cars running nose to tail. And now we have one up into the wall as it is the 16 of Lee Cook. Cook has been loose on several occasions, and finally the wall bit him. So Cook going to drop that car to the bottom of the racetrack. And that'll move Jeff Roberts up to the 3rd spot. Michael Cranmer going to bring him to the green.
What are you going to do? After the next flag?
So Jeff Roberts has jumped the restart there, so they're saying, and caution is out, caution is out. So Jeff Roberts jumped the start on that restart, and they're going to move him back 2 spots. Jeff Roberts being told that he did jump the start, so he will be docked 2 spots. We have 4 in. We'll go green, white, checker.
Green, white, checker. Green, white.
Green flag out. And we're going to have caution out again. Caution is out again. Caution is out. So we'll get everybody back in their original spots as we did have a spin over in turn number 1 and 2. That was Brandon Kramer going to bring the caution out. The one of Addison Smith. So we're going to see green, white checker. We got them lined up the way they were lined up before the caution. Coming to the green. White flag in there one more time around. Down the backstretch they go. Tim Littrell all over the 15 of Michael Cranmer as they come off of turn number 4. Watch him at the start line. It'll be Cranmer picking up the win. Second will go to Tim Littrell. Jeff Roberts goes third. Then it'll be Brandon Cranmer, Joey Stringer, and Rodney Keaton. Winding out your field there. Third goes to Jeff Roberts. Second goes to Tim Littrell. And the winner of your A&A Auto Sales Crown Vic Heat Race number 1, the 15 of Michael Cranmer. Heat race number 2 for your A&A Auto Sales Crown Vics. Jeffrey Cranmer on the pole in the 224. Barry Carrier in the 2M on the outside of row 1. Then it's going to be Robert Luttrell in the 71 on the inside of row 2. The 15Q of Bailey Quarles. Josh Stringer in the 0. Weston Cox in the 41. And Jesse Coffey in the 23. Looks like Jesse not going to make the call for this one. We'll see if he can come out for the feature. Jeffrey Cranmer going to bring him to the green. Barry Carrier right there with him. Luttrell goes to third. The 0 of Josh Stringer falls to fourth. And maybe one more spot is now the 15 of Quarles coming up around the outside. He will drop to fifth. It will be Jeffrey Cranmer taking the lead. Barry Carrier runs second. Barry Quarles, Josh Stringer, Weston Cox, your top 5. Jeff Cranmer, Barry Carrier, Robert Luttrell. Luttrell now putting the pressure on Barry Carrier. As we'll see 3 in halfway this time. Luttrell right there with Carrier. Up front, it continues to be Jeffrey Cranmer in the 224. Four in, we'll see the white flag next time by white flag out this time. One lap to decide it here, as it is Jeffrey Cranmer leading Barry Carrier, Robert Luttrell, Bailey Quarles, Josh Stringer, and Weston Cox. One more time off of turn number 4, your A&A Auto Sales Crown Vic Heat Race number 2 going to go to Jeffrey Cranmer, and then it's going to go to Barry Carrier, Robert Luttrell. And I believe we're going to need a push here. We're going to need a record for the 15, as that was Bailey Quarles in the 15, got the wall hard. Need a record at turn 4, please. So it will be Jeffrey Cranmer picking up the win. Barry Carrier runs second. Josh Stringer third. Weston Cox fourth. Then Robert Luttrell, Bailey Quarles, as they made contact there. Rounding out your field. Race fans, that will wrap up all of our preliminary events for the evening. Next up will be our kids' Easter egg hunt. I'll be making my way down for the Easter egg hunt. We're going to let the kids win some prizes, and then we're going to get into our feature events of the evening.